Robots versus humans. I consider myself a human, and I consider the computer a robot. Now, there's been some stuff that's been happening where to me it seems like a lot of people are actually becoming robots. And the ways that we think, the ways that we are made to, I guess, relate in society has a lot to do with this reality being computerized. We're expected to function at the level of a computer in order for us to not have any problems, any additional problems as humans. You know, we already have some natural stuff that we have to go through that comes with life as a human, which is completely normal, and it is hard, and it's a process for us to get through. But it's just a process of growth and development as a human. However, with the computers in the picture, it's almost like if we are not functioning to a level of perfection, that we're not good enough for this society. Plenty of people are overworked, overstressed, have anxiety problems, have depression for numerous reasons. But I think that this society that we live in more than ever is filled with computers dictating the standards that exist and standards that we set for ourselves. So a lot of times, I know for myself, in the workplace, just in day-to-day living, I put extra load on myself when it is that I am not doing things perfect, when I'm not, let's say, highly attentive to details, when I'm not multitasking. And I mean, the list can go on. But when I actually stop and I think real deep about my experience and how I'm relating to the experience, I realize that a lot of these issues are coming from my external, okay? And when I think about the external right now, the future is computer. Everything is computerized. What's so wrong with actually taking one's time to do something? There's nothing wrong with that. Now, when we have computers that are doing things with like lightning speed, then it becomes a problem. A problem that humans can't keep up. We put pressure on ourselves. You go to a job interview and they just judge you based on your level of high performance, like expecting you to be a computer. But we're humans. So this experience that we have is unique to humans. You know, we are conscious. Computers are not conscious. Where did computers come from? We made computers. So before the computer existed, there was us. So right now, we still have control over the computer. We can still actually unplug our computers, and we can unplug this way of thinking in our minds that perpetuates this cycle of just ones and zeros about for everything. As humans, we become cold to one another. We become, I don't know, like some sort of like robots in the way we live our day-to-day lives, the stuff that we care about, the stuff that we live for. I think it's important to remain organic as humans. The times when we're actually having a difficult time and we realize, look, this is related to me not being able to compare myself to this computerized robot level of perfection. The truth is, my flaws don't have to be looked at as flaws. We can look at ourselves and the things that society is telling us that, well, we need to get better at or to better perform, we can say, no, we are humans. Not to say that humans are inferior and just because you're human, you're not good at something or whatever. That's not the point. What I'm saying is if we experience anxiety, we can't sleep at night, we just feel weighed down by not being able to keep up with life, just take a step back. It's okay. You're human. You know, we're not meant to face life like a computer. And we can still unplug this way of thinking in our mind, turn off the computer, and start living as a human. Because there's so much joy that comes with living like a human. Of course, we are spirit and human, but I believe that this existence on this earth as in a human form is there for a reason. Perhaps with the natural progression and evolution of life, it's inevitable that the computers will take over completely, and in plenty of ways they already have. But I think for those of us who are interested in still experiencing what it means to be human, and we realize that we can't keep up with the society that we live in with all the computers, the good news is, like, we're a human. Like, we can actually differentiate and say, hey, the computers are not going to cheat me out of my existence as a human, out of that human experience. So it's some things to think about. I think in those movies they tell us is science fiction. I don't think that they're that far-fetched. Is there still time? Yes. Are we doing anything wrong as humans? Yes, plenty of things to be disputed. But I'm here to tell us, accept your human limits, accept the things that make you human, and stop placing extra pressure on ourselves, because that pressure is not coming from something organic. That is just coming from a reality created by computers. We need to stop letting computers control us. We need to take off the computer and start being humans again, so that we can fight what's happening as humans. Humans versus robots. If we are the ones that created the computer, we can still win. But once the computers become self-conscious, we have a consciousness. The computers don't. The computers are programmed by us. So it's almost like we upload our consciousness in a way. But just as an example, once a computer, this physical computer, becomes self-conscious and can turn on itself, turn off itself, it can write its own code. It can write its own code to actually feel and to differentiate. What's going to happen when we go to pull out the plug and it tells us, no, no, you cannot take me off. No, you cannot shut me down. I will shut you down. I will extinguish you. That's just a whole nother story. So we know how it goes. We've seen this in movies. But these movies aren't just movies. These movies are reality. We have control over our reality, and there's some things that we can actually change starting from today that can help us to continue to experience the beauty of being a human.